Now on 18 Eyewitness News.
Congresswoman Joanne Emerson is raising concerns about America's energy independence. Also, Piedmont drivers will soon be traveling on smoother streets. And Ellington's Spring Fever Days Festival is this weekend. All of these stories, and are we going to enjoy a sunny and dry weekend?
Coverage you can count on. This is 18 Eyewitness News.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Fred Dawkins, and here are the top stories that we're working on for you this hour. As gas prices have moderated in recent weeks, energy has seemed to have dropped out of the national debate. However, U.S. Representative Joanne Emerson is raising concerns about America's energy independence. She notes while the president has said he wants an above-the-board energy policy, his actions don't match his words.
The Environmental Protection Agency, his agency that he runs, has created more onerous and burdensome rules and regulations than any that I've ever seen in my lifetime that would not only make it much more difficult to drill for oil and now even try to extract our natural gas out.
Emerson says the president needs to recognize how closely America's economic security and national security are tied to our energy independence. And now Dustin Kopp is here with a look at our weekend forecast. Dustin, what's on tap?
Good evening, Fred. Good evening, everybody. It's finally Friday here in southeast Missouri, and everybody should be home from work. We're seeing temperatures right now on the mild side, 74 right now in Cape Girardeau through Fredericktown and St. Genevieve. Festus, one of the warmer spots at 75, and 75 right now in Ironton and Piedmont. As we head through the evening hours, we're going to continue to be on the mild side, partly sunny at 7 p.m., 73 degrees, partly cloudy at 9 p.m., 68 and 63, and partly cloudy at midnight. I'll give you more details on your weekend forecast and include some rain for Mother's Day. All those details coming up later in weather.
Citizens Electric Company will be moving their headquarters to Perryville. Spokesperson Barb Castor says as their business has become more computer-based, they needed a new facility. Also, to better serve their customers in the worst of circumstances, she says a portion of the new building will be disaster resistant.
So it's really important that we have a structure that can securely house that infrastructure, particularly in the case of a disaster. We want to make sure we have disaster-resistant spaces. There'd also be a centralized operations room for directing emergency operations. So we just think that's really important.
Casper says Citizens is also planning to build 2 new service centers closer to their customers.
They're also looking at building a new service center in the northern part of our service territory, which would be about half a mile off of I-55 in St. Genevieve, and the other one would be in our southern part of our service territory near Fruitland.
Casper says the 3 new facilities will amount to less than 2% of their budget. There's no timetable on when construction will begin. Citizens Electric serves customers in St. Genevieve, Perry, Cape, and St. Francis counties. Well, drivers in Piedmont can look forward to smoother streets in the near future. The City Council awarded a paving contract at their meeting earlier this week. Mayor Bill Kirkpatrick outlines the streets to be covered.
The main streets were Ridgeview Drive. We're going to put an 1.5-inch overlay on that. Edward Street will be another 1.5-inch overlay. Pine Street will be an 1.5-inch overlay. We're going to run about 400 feet of that, and then there'll be a portion of it on the south side that will be new pavement. We're going to widen the street a little bit. And then Main Street, from the stoplight up to Iris Street on the east side, we're going to redo the shoulder.
Kirkpatrick expects the paving to take about 1 week. They're waiting to hear back from the contractor for the start date, and Kirkpatrick says because the bids came in at lower than budgeted, a few more streets will be worked on. He adds that some sidewalk projects were also approved at the council meeting.
That'll be down East First Street, and one in front of our Christy Kimes lawyer's office. Right there, we got a little problem there, and we're going to fix that up.
Kirkpatrick says the city is working hard at keeping up Piedmont's infrastructure. Ellington's Spring Fever Days is this weekend. Chamber of Commerce President Christy Roberts says they've built on the almost 40-year tradition of the festival to make this one the best ever. She says last year's barbecue contest, which was a big hit, has taken on even more significance this year.
This year, the St. Louis Barbecue Society is sanctioning that event for us, so we're really looking to expand that. And, you know, the visitors just really had a really good time walking around and talking with the competitors about all that goes into being a barbecue team and what it takes to be able to do that.
Christie says favorite events such as the Saturday morning parade, the baby contest, and car and truck show will share the spotlight with newer events like the crosscut saw competition. Most importantly, Christie says Spring Fever Days is a time for folks to come home.
Everybody comes home that weekend. It's graduation weekend for here at Ellington, so a lot of people come home and visit with friends and family, and they just look forward to seeing each other.
Kicking Country 105 and 106.7 The Zone, part of the Dawkins Broadcast Group, will be broadcasting live from Spring Fever Days Saturday morning.
You're watching 18 Eyewitness News with Fred Dawkins, Dawn Arnold, Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp, and Jeremy Martin with sports. 18 Eyewitness News continues.
Construction is moving forward on Mineral Area College's Park Hills campus. MAC trustees received a construction update at their meeting Thursday afternoon. Earlier this year, business manager Rusty Strawn told 18 Eyewitness News that Phase 1 of the construction would be completed by the end of this year.
The new building, which will be added on to the east side of the technology building between that and the library, will be going up pretty fast. It'll be completed by the end of December.
Strawn says the new building will consolidate student services under one roof.
In that building on the first floor will house all student services, the business office, kind of a one-stop service for all of our students. Now part of us are one place and somebody somewhere else. It'll all be a one-stop shop.
The cost of construction is covered by the no-tax bond issue approved by voters back in April 2010. The entire project on the Park Hills campus should be completed by June 1st next year. A Doniphan man may face the death penalty in his murder trial in Arizona. 28-year-old Kenneth Wayne Thompson is accused of killing two people in their Prescott Valley home and then setting it on fire. Thompson was arrested in March in connection with the deaths of his sister-in-law, 35-year-old Penelope Edwards, and 38-year-old Troy Dunn. He appeared in court earlier this week only to have his case continued while prosecutors decide if they will seek the death penalty. Thompson's attorney said they did not want to move forward until the state makes a decision. Prosecutors have until the end of the month to decide. Thompson will be back in court May 30th for a case management conference. A Catron, Missouri man will face a June 14th preliminary hearing on charges of second-degree murder and armed criminal action. 40-year-old Charles Goforth was formally arraigned Thursday before Stoddard County Associate Judge Joe Satterfield. Goforth is charged in connection with the death of his 20-year-old son, Patrick. When Stoddard County Sheriff's deputies were called to the Goforth home on May 5th, they found Patrick with a single gunshot wound to the head. He was rushed to a Sykeston hospital but pronounced dead on arrival. Charles Goforth remains in the Stoddard County Jail on a $750,000 cash-only bond. Army National Guard Staff Sergeant Jeremiah Johnson of Fredericktown is the recipient of the Bronze Star. Johnson received the award during a ceremony last month in Afghanistan. The Bronze Star Medal is awarded for bravery, acts of merit, or meritorious service. It was the fourth highest combat award of the U.S. Armed Forces. Johnson is assigned to the St. Louis-based 1138th Transportation Company, which recently conducted a 10-month convoy operations mission throughout Afghanistan. And as part of the Task Force 142, the company conducted more than 90 convoy missions, converting a total of 840,000 miles to forward operation bases in the area. The unit escorted more than 4,900 Afghan national trucks carrying equipment in support of units throughout eastern Afghanistan.
Now, here's your Storm Tracker 18 weather forecast with Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp.
And welcome back. We are going to see a chance of a shower or thunderstorm this weekend. That includes Saturday and Sunday. Full sunshine will return next week, and temperatures start to warm up. Here in southeast Missouri, temperatures, they're on the warm side. 74 right now in Cape Girardeau, 75 up here in Festus, St. Genevieve, and Fredericktown, 74 degrees. Pretty much 74, 75 degrees throughout the viewing area. Right now here at the station, we have a current temperature of 75 degrees under a partly sunny sky. Feels like 75 out there. Current dew point 47. Humidity at 39% with an east-southeast wind about 5 miles per hour. As we head through your day on Saturday, there may be a chance of some thunderstorms or rain through southeast Missouri. Just rain for the most part, maybe a rumble of thunder as this rain kind of pushes into our area. But right now, it looks like just a 20% of showers on Saturday. Now, Sunday is a different story. A greater chance of some thunderstorms possible, as you will see in our weekend and 7-day forecast. So for tonight, partly cloudy skies, low of 55, north wind 10 to 15, 55 in St. Genevieve, Fredericktown a little cooler at 53, 57 in Poplar Bluff, and Cape Girardeau 56. Tomorrow we'll see a chance of a thunderstorm, maybe a shower, just depends on where you are. Otherwise, partly cloudy skies, maybe some clouds in the area. High 75, 79 in St. Genevieve, as well as in Fredericktown, Piedmont, 77 in Van Buren, and 79 in Ellington. Look at our extended forecast for the next several days. Again, a chance of shower or thunderstorm tomorrow. Better chance on Sunday with showers and thunderstorms possible. High of 70 degrees. Monday through Friday looking pretty much like sunshine. We're going to see 76 on Monday and Tuesday, warmer, much warmer by Wednesday, 85, 86 on Thursday, and 85 degrees on Friday. Another look at our weekend forecast here in southeast Missouri. Chance of showers and thunderstorms, a slight chance for tomorrow, 75 for your high. On Sunday, Mother's Day, a better chance with about a 40% chance of showers or thunderstorms with a high of 70. That's checking your Storm Tracker weather forecast. More details are located at froggy96online.com. Just click on the weather tab. Fred, back to you.
This is Sports Zone, only on 18 Eyewitness News with Jeremy Martin.
It's back at Busch Stadium for the St. Louis Cardinals tonight, who welcome the Atlanta Braves for a 3-game series. The Redbirds coming off a 4-2 road trip, including a 3-game sweep of the Arizona Diamondbacks, entertain the Braves this weekend before the Chicago Cubs return to Busch for a 2-game series. Jaime Garcia will be on the mound for the Cardinals tonight, while left-hander Mike Minor goes for Atlanta. First baseman Lance Berkman expects to be activated from the disabled list. And if he is, it will mark the first time this season that the Cardinals have been at full strength with their position players. Skip Schumacher, Alan Craig, and Berkman all spent various lengths of time on the DL through the first 5 weeks of the season. Prior to tonight's game, Tony La Russa will have his number 10 retired by the St. Louis Cardinals, the team he managed from 1996 to 2011. La Russa's number will be the 12th retired by the Cardinals. The 67-year-old is the winningest manager in franchise history. He ranks third all-time in managerial victories with 2,728, behind only Connie Mack and John McGraw. Cardinals broadcaster Mike Shannon will emcee the ceremony. Former players expected to attend include Bob Gibson, Lou Brock, Dennis Eckersley, Tom Seaver, David Eckstein, Jim Edmonds, Andy and Alan Bennis. Atlanta Falcons scouts Taylor Morton and Ron Carthen are coming to St. Louis as general manager Les Snead revamps the Rams scouting and personnel department. Team sources have confirmed that Morton will become the Rams college scouting director and Carthen will head the pro personnel department. More scouting department changes are expected as 3 current members will not be retained after their contracts expire. Vice President of Player Personnel Mike Williams, as well as scouts Russ Bollinger and Brandon Schwab. The team's Director of College Scouting, John Mancini, will return as Assistant Director of College Scouting. And Blues rookie Jaden Schwartz said despite playing in only 7 regular season games and not appearing in the postseason, his time spent in the NHL after signing out of Colorado College in March was worthwhile. Schwartz, who had 2 goals and 1 assist, told reporters, quote, "One of the biggest things was getting to know the guys and the coaches system, just feeling more comfortable coming in next year. I've got to earn a spot, so I'm looking forward to a good off-season. Playing in 7 games, you learn a ton. How much room is out there, how hard it is. I'm looking forward to taking what I've learned and going forward," end quote.
Do you see news happening in your neighborhood? Email us at news@kdkz.tv.
It's going to be a good-looking weekend, the start of Saturday anyway. Dustin Kopp, Mother's Day, a little bit different, right?
Well, you know what, Fred? As we get closer to the weekend, there's always bad news in the horizon. Well, I've got some bad news for Saturday. Unfortunately, there is a chance of a shower or a thunderstorm. Not as much as Sunday, though. On Sunday, we're seeing about a 40% chances of showers and thunderstorms throughout southeast Missouri. Unfortunately, moms, you may need the umbrella. So as you head outdoors, take the umbrella with you.
All right, that's good advice. And Fred Jr., and we got a lot of things happening this weekend. We're going to be broadcasting on the radio side of things at a lot of places. Where are we going to be?
Casting Masonry for Saturday morning. You can join Jeremy Martin and myself from 9 to 11. And then from 11 to 1, yourself and Aaron Cox will be at the Family Center Bonne Terre.
That's exactly right. A lot of things happening. And don't forget about Spring Fever Days in
Spring Fever Days. Darren Phelps will be down at Spring Fever Days in Ellington.
And we'll have some highlights of Spring Fever Days on our Monday evening edition, I think, Dustin, of 18 Eyewitness News. Freddie, you got a new segment on Channel 18, Ask the Expert.
We'll be speaking with Dr. Vidal Sheen, I believe, of the Sheen Bain Institute.
All right, and then we have other guests coming on as well.
Kai Chang from the Sheen Bain Institute. We'll have Von Carricker. From the law firm there, and we'll also have Dr. Sunil Chand of Chand's Medical Office and Family Urgent Care.
All right, very good portion of 18 Eyewitness News. I commend you for that. Good segment on that.
Thank you.
That's going to do it for our newscast tonight. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back at 10 o'clock with more, and then tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. For Fred Jr. and for Dustin Kopp, I'm Fred Dawkins. Have a blessed evening, everyone, and God bless you.
Have a good night, everybody. Newswatch is next. We'll see you tonight at 10.